Hey, awesome. It was exciting and inspiring to meet you all during the AI prompt seminar on April 8th. And unfortunately, we could not complete the demo we were supposed to do because of poor internet access. I'll be recording a demo for you all so that you can see and practice most of what I wanted to share. So I'll do a run through of my presentation again so you can watch at your time and also practice. This is even better, you're able to pause, watch, and try a number of things yourself. So this will be more hands-on. I'll be explaining as I go and be able to learn as much as we can. Once again, I'm Abubakar Siddiq Ango. Now, in the presentation, I was talking about how you can use AI to build almost any solution you want, either from a web app or a mobile app that meets your use case. You don't need to be a developer to write code. You can create something simple, something efficient, either for your business, either for your work, or for whatever use case that you have as a person or as part of your organization. So for this, we'll be using the Firebase Studio. Firebase Studio, it's a solution from Google, which is a very huge platform that you can use to build almost any application that you want. It runs using Gemini AI platform, and it allows you to basically do no code development. Not almost no code, but if you want to go into the weeds and you know what you are doing in terms of the programming details, you can do it yourself. But if you don't, you can quickly build something as efficiently as possible. Now, if we run through some of the features of Firebase Studio, you see it has Gemini inbuilt. You can write your code. You can even demo your code right within your browser. You see, for example, on the right here, you can see an Android app and a web app being tested. Now, this is what the interface looks like, Firebase Studio. You basically have a text box where you can add your prompt and you can say this is what you want to do, and it will go ahead and build. It does prototyping first, then it will then allow you to then tweak your application and you'll be able to build whatever you want to build. Firebase Studio is currently available with 3 workspaces at no cost. It's still in preview. During this preview, you can experiment and test a number of things. After that, you need to be a member of. You might need to be for you to get more workspaces. Workspaces are projects that you can work on. You need to be a member of Google Developer Group program. You can learn more by clicking this link. You can go to the Firebase Studio interface by going to firebase.studio. Now, then you can learn more about a lot of other things. You can even collaborate with people. You see, you can collaborate with different individuals, editing your project, doing things from within the Firebase interface. Now, but before we delve into Firebase, let's use Gemini. Like I shared during the presentation, I already have my prompts, the way I want to use my prompt. But then you can tweak your prompts to be better. For example, this is what my prompt currently looks like. If I paste this, we are saying you're a professional developer that builds application for businesses. Let's build a food ordering web application for your restaurant called 2O Time. That is my restaurant. The application will show a list of available food, including their price. People should be able to order by entering their name, phone number, address. Then it generates an order code. Then it generates another code. Then they are shown a payment. This is my English. A payment instruction to make a transfer to a specified bank account using the order code as narration. 2O Time is another Nigerian restaurant with local delicacies. I've attached a sample food image that you can use for all menu options. This is for instructions that I'll use for Firebase Studio to build the app. But we mentioned that you can use to build, there's what we call product managers. Product managers are the ones that do all the research for how an application should be built, how the way everything should work fine. Then they hand it over to the developers to work on. You can use Gemini to be your product manager, helping you to do the research to help you refine your application. Then you copy whatever it is that it has prepared and hand it over. You copy it, you paste it, and give it to Firebase Studio to work on. You see, this is my prompt that I wanted to give Firebase Studio, but now I want to expand it. Let me expand it from the perspective of a product manager. So instead of all this prompt, I will remove professional developer and prompt Gemini to behave differently. You are a professional product manager and have been tasked to build out the PRD for the development of a web application for a small business as follows, so that it will see your PRD, your output will be a product requirement document that will guide the developer in building the application. Include relevant data that will be used in the development to make things easier. Yeah, so I've prompted it to do this. In prompting, I've already asked it what it should behave at and gave it information of, okay, this is what it needs to do. Then I gave it more details about how it should behave, about what I need. Let's build this web application. And then I gave it a bit of context. It's another Nigerian restaurant. Then the kind of output I want, you can specify the output you want. Product requirements document is called a PRD. PRD is used in product management to say, okay, is the output that the product manager gives to the developers to say, okay, these are the things I want you to build, this is how I want it to behave, and this is how things should interact with one another. So let's run this with Gemini. Though because I have a Pro account, I'm using 2.5 Pro. So even if you're using Flash, if you're using a lower model, it should still give you a very good result. You see, it's creating the document align a single web page application, a restaurant specializing in northern Nigerian delicacies, target audience. You see, local delivery, no false interface, user flow, user journey. You see, all of these things, it's creating, it's giving full details, full details based on just that 2 paragraph that I created. It has created a more detailed description of how my application is going to work. I'm going to send this. I'm going to send my prompt as part of the email for this, and I'm also going to send this PRD so that you see an example of what it generated. That way you have enough information. Now it even gave an example of an account number. It's shouting out to Sterling Bank, bank name, Two Time Ventures, and a sample account number. Because I gave it context, I said Northern Nigeria, so it's able to know, okay, Sterling Bank is a Nigerian bank, and it can use that. Non-functional requirements, data and content. You see, it gave an example of data. For example, you see here, tuwo shinkafa, miyan kuka, donwake, masa and miyan taushe, kilishi, suya and beef, fura de nono. Because I said relevant content. So let me see. Okay, this one we just do sample placeholder. We can do that. Then number of orders, success metrics, number of orders placed through application, through the application per week, user feedback, reduction in time spent taking orders. Those are, you can read through all of these requirement documents that it generated. This is a very simple one. Now, Gemini has done its work as a product manager. The next thing is for the developer to do his work. And our developer here is Firebase Studio. So let's copy the content. Let's copy this content. You click here, copy, then let's go to Firebase Studio and click Get Started. See, because I'm using my personal account, you see some previous projects that I've done on the side here. So, but here I'm going to use my prompt that is on the left here and paste what I copied from it has scattered everything. Let's see. Let me see, how can we make it possible? Let me see. This is tone. It has scattered everything here. No, I think what I will do is, let me open Visual Studio Code and format it a bit. Let me format it a bit. Just adjust the text to make it look nicer instead of the way it just scattered everything here. So let me okay, let me try this again. One thing we can do is to let's say export this to docs. Yeah, let's export it to the Google Docs. Let's see how Google Docs will give us. I think that is better than the way it just scattered everything for us here. You see, this is better, the way it arranged it here. So let's copy this. Let's copy this and see how it would look like when we paste it. You see, this is better, far better. The arrangement, at least the thing will know this is how things are arranged. I don't need to use Visual Studio Code anymore. Then yeah, we have this. This is, we'll use exactly what Tina has given us, and we'll see how it goes. Let's just prototype. Now the first thing we do, once you've specified your prompt, let me add a note here. NB, this is a demo. Let's simulate the backend. Now the reason why it might require setting up some more complex things in the background, but because of this demo, I'm just telling this is a demo, it doesn't need to set that up. But I'm going to share resources on how you can achieve that. Let's say you want to store database, you want to store other information. I'm going to share more information about that. Now once you are done with your prompting, you do prototype with AI. Now prototype with AI will start its work. Reviewing, this is where it was stopping for us yesterday. Hopefully it doesn't repeat the same thing. It didn't. So awesome. So it was able to get all the information. Now you see what it's doing here. It has already understood what we want to do. So it's giving us a blueprint, a plan of what it wants to do. Okay, there are blueprints for Tool Time Express, which is good. It will give an interactive menu, display a scrollable menu with food images, names, description, prices, and add to order. Live order summary, generate a dynamic order summary that updates as items are added. Contact and delivery form, order confirmation, and so on. Then it's also telling us the color it's going to use, the layout of how it's going to be, it's mobile first, etc. Typography, body, the type of font it's going to use. If there's anything here, and it's going to use the technology it's going to use for development, it's going to use TypeScript, Nest.js, and Tailwind. If you are a technical person, you can dig more into this, but if you are not, it's just fine for you to just accept what it has given you here. If you want to change the colors, you can type more description here, like, oh, I wanted to do this, I wanted to do that. Let me get images of no need for me to make it complicated. I wanted to get some images and add for it, but let's just go with what it's providing us. And once you are okay with everything it has said here, you click on prototype this app. Then it will go to work. You see, it has even changed the title of my of my project to Tool Time Express. Now here it's taking the blueprint it has created for you, and it's trying to understand, okay, how will the app looks like, creating the necessary code for the app to work, structuring everything, and at the end of the day, it's going to give you an example of what it will look like. If it's fine, if it's okay, and it can even go as far as building out the specific features, the functional parts of the application, so that when you click this or do that, it works. Then when you are done, you can then tweak, test, and it will show you on the side a sidebar with AI chat response, where you can then ask it to do more things. If it's okay, maybe there's a way it should display a button, or how the thing is not functioning the way it should function, and so on, you can tell it that. Now you can see here that, okay, it has fully understood what it needs to do, and it has started creating the necessary code. It's starting with CSS. CSS is the styling that is needed for the application. Now it has moved to creating the pages. I think the layout for our pages, and it's structuring the different pages now. And you see, it will keep going this way. All of these are things that normally you require a developer to know what he's doing, know the necessary language, and start building things for you. You understand? But here, within a couple of hours, minutes, you get something up and running as soon as possible. The core thing is for you to know the problem you want to solve and how you want to solve it, and describe it. Now, if it's too much for you to describe in detail, you can use Gemini the way I did. Expand it into a lot more information, add more context, add a lot of things to it, and you have a PRD, product requirements document. I'm going to share more information about the PRD, and you can be able to use that for anytime you want to create an application. Voila, you see, it has created our application for us. You see, it even added a port, Tool Time Express, authentic Nigerian delicacies delivered fresh to your doorstep. Now you can see here, it's describing to me what it has done. The first iteration of your app prototype is ready. Try it out in the preview window. Describe the changes you would like to make below. Want to make changes directly? You can hit this button or this button if you know what you are doing, to modify the code directly yourself. Now you see we have options for tuwon shinkafa and miyan kuka. We have danwake. We have miyan taushe. We have kilishi, and so on and so forth. But we just noticed an issue here. Anytime our text is, our delicacy description is more than 2 lines, it's overlapping with the amount. Now you can describe it. You see this button here. It's for you to annotate. So you can say, okay, there's something I needed to fix. Let me click here. Has it clicked? Okay. It's not clicking. Oh, wow. Or you can describe. If it's not clicking, you can describe. You can say, awesome. Yeah, I like prompting AI as if I'm having a conversation. This looks good. This looks good. But I notice when a delicacy description is more than 2 lines, it overlaps with the amount. Let's fix that. I also noticed the delicacies are arranged in 2 columns when we have enough space. Can we make it 3 to 4 columns? Yeah. Okay, let me fix some typos. Delicacies. Now you see the space here is what I'm talking about. It might be due to the size of my window, But once I do this, I can prompt it to go. Awesome. So it's examining the UI challenges. Okay, you see, of course, I'll adjust the menu item card to prevent description from overlapping with the price and update the menu grid to show more columns on larger screens. Here are the changes. You see, it understood what I've described for it and it's making the changes. It has made the changes. This thing now looks small. Maybe, I think it's because of the size of my of my window here. It's the size of my window. Now, the next thing we need to do is the images. How can we fix the images? Let's just go online and look for Northern Nigeria delicacies. In the interim, we'll just look for something simple for us to put. We don't need something too complex because we will need to start adding plenty images. Let's just look for let's just look for an example of something like this. Sorry, some of my window might be showing a different language. It's because it might not, most likely be Dutch. Now let's see, let's find an image that we can just use for all of our this is okay. I'm going to save it on my system, save it in downloads. When I save it in downloads, let me check the size. Let me check the size. It looks big. This is the size, so I'm going to reduce it. Tools, adjust size, custom pixels. Let's just make it 640 by 640. Make it smaller, or since it's icons we want to use it for, let's do 320 by 320. Then this is good. Now we can go back to our application here and say image. Delicacy. Instead of no images, let's use the attached image for all of our delicacies. To make it look more colorful. Okay, now let's send. Okay, it's taking it. Let's see how it will treat it. At least the whole thing will look nicer than just having this blank. You see, the whole design looks nice. Even the color choices and all the other things, it makes it look more. Okay, let's see. Did it? It didn't. It didn't update it. I want you to use. Okay, let's see. It loaded. It didn't. I want you to use the image I attached and not to analyze it. I have attached the image again. Okay, let's see. I have not tried this before though. I'm giving it an image to use, but I want to see if it will take the image and use it. Let's see if that will work. If it doesn't, I might have to do it manually myself. You see, it says It says, my apologies, I understand now. You want the specific image you provided to be used. I have updated the code to use the image you attached across all the cases on the menu. Okay, it's building, it has finished building. There was an error, and it has seen that there's an error. So let's fix the error. It has seen that there's an error, so it can help you fix the error as necessary. Let's see. Fixing the error. Of course, it looks like error. Let's see. Does it use our image? It didn't. Okay. For the purpose of this, let me just switch to code. For those of you that might want to code yourself, this is where you can do that. You can come here, but you need to know the language being used. In this case, it's what's the name? It's TypeScript, no, Next.js TypeScript. Or I think for the purpose of not making this video too complex, we can just leave the application the way it is without the specific image, and we continue. I think that would be the best approach instead of making the video more complicated. So, but we can find a way to fix the image issue much later. Now we have this. So let me try to see the functionality. See, as I even move in, it's working. So if I say add to order, nice. You see, it has shown your order. Me and Toshe 3. I want 2. You see, it has changed. I want 2 shinkafa. I want 2. You see, and okay, maybe I want fura danono also. It's adding them, and I want kilishi. All of them, it has added kilishi. My price is 18,500. So when I do Abubakar Siddiq Ango, and I put a phone number 081234567889, and my delivery access is GRA Bauchi. Let's see if the place order also works. And I say place order. Wow, you see, it has generated my code. Thank you, Abubakar Siddiq. Your order has been successfully placed. This is your order code. To complete your order, please make a bank transfer to the account number below. Important, use your order code as the payment narration and description. Your order will be processed as soon as the payment is confirmed. We will call you on this if you have any further questions. Yeah, and I can go on. Oh, I'm already done. I've copied my code. For example, I've written it down to make the transfer, and I go back to make another order. So that is how you can build something very fast with Firebase Studio. And if you are done, oh, this is working fine, I want to publish, you can come here and click on the Firebase Studio. If you don't have a project, you need to set up a project in Firebase Studio. It's going to guide you. You might need to set up some other information for your account. You might need to set up some billing account information like that. You might need to set all of that up. For me, I already have, so I can select one of it. If you don't have, you might need to set it up. Then you can click on this, and if any services are needed, as in, let's say you want to store data and you want to store other certain information, you can set up those services by clicking here, set up. So this is part of the video that I'm going to resources I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share with you how I build a productivity app with Firebase. It's a video that I've already published online. I'll share that with you, and more videos that you can use to learn to build more advanced and more complex things. You can start with something simple and you can build from there. Now you see it's done. We can then go with publish now. Now this is publishing your application to go live. That is to be available to everyone. And you see it's already saying it's publishing my app, and it will take like 5 minutes for everything to be ready. So you give it some time, allow it to finish, and this is what your URL will look like at the end of the day. Studio, Time Express, and so on. It will be live for everyone. But the thing about this might not be a URL you want to share with your users. There are ways you can update your domain. Maybe you have your own personal domain, or you have some other domain name that you want to give your users, so you can, a domain name is the URL that you see that everyone visits, google.com, fptv.edu.ng, and so on. That is a domain name. So the URL you want people to visit, you can set that up. You might need someone technical to set that one up for you, but at least you've gotten far to an extent. If you don't want to worry about that, you can just give this URL to whoever you want to access your application. So this is just one of the things you can do. While this is publishing, let me see if I can go a little bit technical and fix the issue we are having with images. So we have docs here. This is our blueprint. We have our source file here, and then we have our app here. Favicon is here, and then we have our components here. Components are the different items that we're using in our page. For example, like this menu card. See, menu item card is here, and the menu item card is the one that will show all of this. In our UI, we have the different items we will use in our UI, and let me see. In our layout, you can see the different items that are in our layout also. Our layout is the structure of the website itself and how it's displayed. This is where it's set up. So I'm trying to see how things are set up within the whole thing, so I would know where to fix certain things. Okay, this is, now let me see our menu item card. How is it currently dealing with images? We have a button here, we have a description, we have item image. Okay, we have item image, and I'm thinking of something. Instead of me having to copy and do all of this, why not just tell it to use the direct image from these guys? This is Ibom Air. Sometimes you can just pick the copy image address. Copy image address. Let me copy this image address and just use their image directly. So let's go back here and let's switch to prototyper. I don't have to do it in code. I just recalled that you can we can just give it a URL to use for our images. Let's use this image for all our daily cases. You see the image directly, so it's going to be pulling it from this website directly. This might not be a good use case for your website, because if this website goes down or they change their image, it will affect your website. So, but for our use case now, we don't need anything complicated. We just want something functional. So we are going to use an image that is hosted online for our application. Let's see. Okay, I'll update delicacy images. I will also update the Next.js contributor to allow images from the new domain. Here are the changes. Okay. Let's see, it's checking for errors. If there are any errors, it needs to update. Let's see. Hopefully everything works fine. Hopefully, fingers crossed. Yep. You see, this is more beautiful. It's nicer. Look at the way everything is appearing now. It looks much more better than the way we had it before. And we can still place our order. You see, our order will be going down now since our screen size has reduced due to the publishing we are doing over here. You see, even as it's publishing, we are adding more features to the application. You see, okay, I want to do Dawake, I want to do this, I want to do other things. So I think a better user experience might be for this thing to be up instead of down the way, because I had to scroll down to look for it. But yeah, for it, the way it currently is now, it works very fine for us. Yeah, So let's still wait for application to finish publishing, then we will be able to see how it works live. One of the things I also mentioned was gems during my call, and I said you can be able to create a gem. Let me go here and say explore gems. If you're using Gemini, you see these are example of gems that I've created. You can create a gem. Maybe you want to study or you want to do research or you just need help on something that you want to be having a conversation with someone or with something that will be providing you insights. These are examples of gems that have been created: career guide, brainstormer, coding partner, learning coach, writing editor, and so on, as productivity planner. So this gem will just be there so that the gem is basically just like a bot of Gemini that has been trained to help you in specific things. So it doesn't spend a lot of time giving you gibberish. Everything that it's responding to you is tailored to what you want. For example, let's pick the learning coach, for example. Now, the learning coach here to help you learn and practice new concepts. Tell me what you would like to learn, and I'll help you get started. Oh, maybe I want to learn a language, or I want to learn about AI. I want to learn coding, or I want to learn this particular thing. You can pin it to here. You can pin the learning partner, learning coach here, and you can use it to learn. If there are none that is there, but you want to train your own, you can create new gem and say, let's say I want to create a gem, okay, financial partner, financial advisor, for example. It's showing you an example of how you can prompt it. You are an experienced financial advisor with experience about finances in Nigeria. I need advice on how to save and how to invest. If you have documents and other resources you want to give it, like files, maybe about you, so that it will be able to give you best advice, you can give it as much context as possible. And when you are done, you save it. Once you save it, you can start chatting with it. You see, financial advisor. You can then say, how can I save more money and invest to make let's say 10 million naira by the end of 2026, for example. Now you see, we've tailored it by saying it's a financial advisor, it has experience about Nigeria, so it doesn't start giving you random things. And you see here, it's using your costume gem, the one you created, the financial advisor one you created, to now do that. You can give it more information about your salary, your financial situation, your everything that you think it needs to give you rich advice. That is an advice that is relevant to you. You can give it in the gem. So anytime you want to edit a gem, you can come to the gem here and click edit. So once you edit it, you can then be able to give it more information that you need. Now, of course, I can certainly guide you on how to save and invest in Nigeria. Reaching a goal of 10 million by the end of is incredibly ambitious, but it's not impossible with a highly aggressive and disciplined strategy. Let's be clear, this will require significant financial commitment and a high tolerance for risk. Your success will depend more on the amount of money you can save than on investment returns alone. Here is a detailed financial plan. You see, it's going to give you maths, it's going to do, and a lot of information that will be relevant for you. So you can give it more resources, but your gem will be able to help you more if you give it more information and more context about you. Now that is this. Let's go back to our app and see whether it has been published. Yeah, our app has been published. You see, let me now open it. Anytime you go here, you will see our app, but it doesn't have our image. So we will need to publish again because we added the image after it has started publishing. Now, since we've added an image, let's publish again so that you have an image. So this is our URL. This is live online. Anyone can visit at any time. I'm going to add it as part of the email I'm sending, but after some time I will take it down because this is just a demo. So maybe after a month or something, so that you all can see an example of what was created. So we are running this again. I will just allow you to finish and stop this video, then share the resources later. So there's a lot of things you can achieve with you being able to articulate what you want to achieve. If there's a problem you want to solve, you have an idea, a brief idea of how you think it should be solved. You use AI to expand on it. You see, I used Gemini to prompted Gemini to like, okay, this is how you should do, expand on this idea that I have. Then I copied that idea, that result that it gave me, gave it to Flutterwave, Firebase Studio, and it was able to build something out. You see, I didn't touch anything in code. Even when I wanted to, then I realized I can just use an image URL. I didn't touch any code. It did everything itself with just some tweaks and some errors. Even when errors come, it will show you that there's an error while you are still within the prototype interface here, and you'll be able to fix it. So I hope you'll be able to build awesome things and be able to solve problems for yourself, either in your workplace or your businesses or your personal things with this. Thank you very much.